Y'all need to start watching my videos all the way through, man. Not just a couple minutes, couple seconds, all the way through. Y'all need to watch them all the way through, alright? We need that watch time, alright? I need this money, man, the money to it, right? Beating yourself up. Now, if you clicking on this video, obviously, I'm pretty sure you get what that is. You know what that is. And you done heard it before, or, you've done it to yourself before, right? Pretty self-explanatory, not too much that, I need to go into detail about. And really, anybody can make up their own definition based on just, common sense. Not trying to, call anybody stupid or nothing, but, just based off of common sense and, day-to-day life and just experiences, right? Now, back to the title of today's video, right? Beating yourself up isn't the answer, right? Now, the reason I worded it like this and the reason I decided to make the title like that is because, especially, I feel like when you're down in a rut or you're not where you want to be in life, or you may just, be in a situation to where you're putting the blame on yourself, or you expect better of yourself, or, you're just down on yourself, right? Just to not make it go on too long and, to drag it on, right? As I was saying, right, when you in a negative position, when you in a down, time in your life, for the, an extended period of time in your life, right? I feel like over time, especially what I just said, right? If it's an extended amount of time, over time, you start to resort and, go over to negative self-talk, right? You start to go over to negative self-talk in hopes of that's going to change around the situation that you're in. That is going to, just bring away all the worries, all the problems. And, that's going to be the solution to everything that you're going through, right? Like I said, this may not happen to, most people, but I feel like even the most mentally strong people deal with self-doubt and, talking down on themselves after a while, right? You got to understand, and I'm pretty sure, most people understand this, you got to start from somewhere, right? Just an example of David Goggins, right? I'm pretty sure if you clicking on this video, you probably heard of David Goggins. Even if, you're not an astute, I guess you could say supporter or, a viewer of his, you probably heard of the man before. You probably seen a clip from him before. But just to use him as an example, right? Obviously, he didn't start out where he is now, right? He was in a down point. He was at a low point in life. And, to where he is now, he built up that mental fortitude that he has now. He built that up to where he's able to give advice and, tell people how to get out of, the situations that they're in, right? But that's just an example, right? You take somebody like him. You think he started off in the beginning, to where he was in that down point, just automatically, that mentally strong? No. If you've seen the shorts, if you've seen him on YouTube, you probably heard him explain his story before, right? But not to, go on and drag along with that example too much, right? What I'm trying to get across with that is pretty much saying that you're not going to always start off or be as mentally strong as you think you are, right? Even the most mentally strong people, i.e., like I said, David Goggins, had to start from somewhere, right? We all human at the end of the day, right? So in our, our biology, right? In our brains, right? And, I'm not no scientist. I'm not a, mental health counselor or anything like that. But I just feel like most people would be able to understand this with common sense, right? In our biology, we go through different emotions, especially, depending on what type of situation we in, right? And in those negative, situations, in those negative positions, sometimes we gonna fall susceptible to self-doubt and bashing and beating up ourselves, right? And like I said, when you're doing this, you thinking that, you're coming to a conclusion, you're coming to, a resolution with, the situation that you may be going through, right? You may do a little bit of positive self-talking too. You may take time to yourself, to go through and do your own healing within yourself. You may journal it down, you may meditate on it, you may go work out, go for a drive, go for a walk, right? But especially, like I said, those extended periods, or even just in general, right? You gonna have those moments, those times to where you have self-doubt, and you may be doubting yourself a little bit too much, right? Like I said, in turn of thinking that this is gonna solve the position that you are in, but in turn it's really not, right? And like I said in a previous video before, I think it's pretty much the last video that I just dropped, right? You could talk about yourself all you want. You can doubt, put self-doubt into yourself all you want, thinking that it's going to change your situation. But in all honesty, it's not, right? The mind is a powerful thing, right? Most of the stuff that you're going through, I feel like can simply be changed if you just change your mindset, right? So if you already, i.e., in a bad position, and you like, oh man, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, I suck, I can't do this, like, I don't know how I'm gonna get this money, I don't know how I'm gonna get this car working, I can't get gas, I don't got no gas money, I'm just a bum, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm ugly. Like, if you keep saying those things, especially constantly over and over and over again, what you think's gonna happen when you going about your life? What you think's gonna happen when you saying those things, and then you start to see them, come into fruition more and more throughout life? What you think's gonna happen if you keep saying that? It's just gonna happen more and more, right? Because what you put out into the world, what you speak out into, existence, it's gonna come back to you, right? So obviously, if you speaking to yourself negatively, obviously, negative things are going to start to happen and transpire more, because you're opening up a portal through your tongue, through the way, you speaking, to open up more negative and bad things to happen to you, throughout life and throughout the down position that you may be going through, right? And obviously, in turn, right, if you speak positively to yourself, you speak positively about yourself, more positive and good things will start to happen and transpire to yourself, right? Even if it don't happen overnight, right? Even if it take time, it's better to speak to yourself in that manner anyways, instead of just bringing in and accepting negative and down energy, to open up and come into your life, right? So you may be asking, right, with all that being said, right, not to drag this on or sound too redundant. Okay, what's the solution? How can I solve this problem in order to, not deal with it or not be so susceptible to it later on, right? You got to go within and you got to do shadow work, right? You got to do positive healing and positive reinforcement, right? Now, I'm not saying just to be completely, all cupcakes and peach and cobbler, super soft, and, oh, I'm just going to be, so nice. I'm just going to, just be so gentle, No, sometimes you're going to have to force yourself, especially in uncomfortable situations, in the down position that you may be in, to get that growth and to get to where you want to get to, right? Sometimes it's going to be a little bit of rough, and sometimes you're going to have that, that negative reinforcement, to get you going, right? I feel like it's all about a balance, just in the, how could I say this? Just in the hindsight of things, right? In hindsight, you got to have a balance between the two, right? But in order for you to do this in a more positive and more positively, I guess you could say engaging way, you got to be able to go within and do that shadow work, right? Go within, pray, if you're religious, journal about it daily as much as you can. Even if you don't, have a notebook and a pen or a pencil, use your phone if you got that. Think about it in your head, journal in your head, you know, go on a walk, go to the gym, start eating more healthily, start giving yourself positive reinforcement, and saying I am affirmations, speaking good to yourself, on a day-to-day basis, right? Them is some things that I think you can do to solve this problem, and to come up with a solution to the problem that you may be going through, right? I'll take it too long. That's just what I wanted to come on here and talk about. Just something quick, and precise, and just giving across my thoughts, about this certain type of topic. Let me know some positive reinforcement things you can do to get yourself out of negative self-talking, and just let me know if there's some things that I missed out or some things that I could have added to this video, right? But make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.